Hello, and welcome to this podcast presentation on the multi-institutional study of leadership. My name is Amanda Hurd, and it is July 2016. The multi-institutional study of leadership, also known as MSL, is one of the largest institutional research programs in the world. The study focuses on how higher education influences leadership-related outcomes and social responsibility of students. It was initially created to help bridge the gaps between theory, research, and practice, and to help improve student leadership development across the nation. In the beginning, the idea for such a study arose from colleagues at the University of Maryland, who began discussing the gaps between research and practice and the lack of national data related to student leadership development. Their conversations led them to the creation of what we have today as the MSL. The first administration of the study took place in 2006 and included over 60,000 students from 52 institutions across the United States. The program then began to grow. The program continued to grow with the second administration taking place in 2009 and reaching beyond the U.S. borders to include Mexico and Canada in the study. Subsequent administrations took place in 2010, 2011, and 2012, expanding the territory to include the Caribbean and adopting a new 3-year cycle. The last administration took place in 2015, and the next administration is slated for 2018. To date, over 300,000 students have participated in the study. The study design. The MSL is administered as a web-based survey in which students are invited to participate in via email. If an institution decides to participate in the MSL, they sign up through the institution, they register, they pay their fees, and they provide a list of student email addresses so that the students at that institution can be included in the study and invited to participate. The study uses an adaptation of Aston's IEO theory, taking input, environment, and outcomes into account. The adaptations to the theory include that the input is collected in a single point from participants, and that the environment is expanded to include influences outside of the college environment itself. Topics covered by the survey cast a very wide net, from social perspective taking to leadership development, instructor preparedness, and so forth. It is hard to define a brief way the wide-reaching scope of the information that is collected and how it can be used by institutions to work more successfully toward the development of socially responsible leaders of the future. An insight report is published after each administration of the MSL to deliver information and critical points discovered through the survey, and to assist various programs throughout the country and in a variety of institutions with using the research findings. And as we've discussed in assessment, this is the important part where what is discovered is actually able to be put into practice to affect the lives of students. The 2012 results on high-impact practices in student leadership development, as reported in the Insight report, were these 4 primary high practices, and that is sociocultural conversations with peers, mentoring relationships, community service, and membership in off-campus organizations. That is to say that these 4 things had the greatest impact on student leadership development. The Insight report also takes a look at some very important questions that student affairs professionals can ask themselves in order to help facilitate these type of high impact practices. things that they can do within their areas to initiate sociocultural conversations with peers, to try to initiate and strengthen mentoring relationships, community service activities, and bring those things into their leadership development programs in order to best serve the students at their organizations. It is a very insightful report, and I would recommend taking a look at that as an overview for any student affairs professional. Participation and resources. Institutions can participate in the MSL for around $3,750, which is the fee that was posted for the 2015 administration. Participation is capped at 100 schools, and the data from the study is made available, and requests can be made to the MSL for using the data for specific purposes, whether that's in regard to research projects or whatnot. Reports and publications made for MSL are available online, along with information about the study, and that is all available at the MSL website, which is leadershipstudy.net. The MSL provides a wealth of resources for student leadership educators and student affairs professionals, which is really unprecedented and just truly wonderful resource for all student affairs professionals and all institutions to take advantage of. It would serve all students and all institutions everywhere for student affairs professionals and leadership educators to become well-read in the information that is available through this groundbreaking study. It has been reported, was reported in a paper by a researcher, Wilson, that many leadership development educators are underprepared for providing leadership programs, for providing education and guidance in leadership programs. And there is no norm across the board for educator preparation in this regard. So it becomes incumbent upon each student leadership educator themselves to get a handle on the information that is available through the MSL study. It's a truly great resource and really should be utilized by all professionals. Here is a list of the references that I used in creating this project. I do hope that you enjoyed the lesson and that you will take the opportunity to visit leadershipstudy.net and take a look at the MSL for yourself. Thank you.